everybody, I'm Nick Griffin here, and welcome back. Ooh, there we go. I thought the game crashed for a second there. It was just loading into its starting screen. Welcome back to The Long Dark. We are currently trapped in an ice fishing cabin out on a lake with like 8 pounds of fish. We only need 5. I think this is the one that we want. I've just been saving into story 4 because I'm not going back. There's no reason. Come on, wolf. Hurry, hurry. That's it. We're trapped here. We are running low on water more than anything else. We could try and make it to the cabin, which is I think what we're going to be doing here. I don't want to eat anything. Oh, whoops. I couldn't tell that I actually had it. We cannot sprint because I am carrying too much shit. But we do need to make camp for the night. I'll go to sleep for the night, basically. Because it's, well, it's almost day. But we definitely need to make fire for water. If we can't make it all the way back, which I suppose we could. We are pretty well rested. The question is going to become whether or not we are outrunning the wolves. I actually probably don't need this. It said cancel, but... See, what's interesting is I'm right-clicking. It wants me to left-click to... Or sorry, I'm left-clicking. It wants me to right-click to cancel. We don't need the light, so I don't want to waste fuel. We've got what appears to be moonlight. Oh my god, we're so slow. I'm holding out a fuse just in case. There's a moment that the howling of the wind sounded like the heavy breathing of a wolf. Just slightly disconcerting. We walk so slow. It's because we're carrying so much weight. I think it's not 8 pounds. I believe it is 8 kilograms. We are carrying 17 pounds of fish. Okay, I think we do need to stop. And make a fire. We've got a cabin right here, so it's not the worst plan in the world. We do, however... I'm using this to find where I can... I decided just to light it. Hopefully we can succeed here. You can do it, fire. I believe in you. It's in an iron stove. There's an axe sitting right there. As well as one of those logs. How did I not notice those before? I can't really carry it around, but I can throw that log in, like right away. So, you know, that's going to last for 2 hours. We can go ahead and melt a liter of water. This is bad. We don't have tablets, so we gotta boil. We're gonna boil half of it first and drink it right away. Oh, it's not gonna let us drink bad water. That's interesting. Alright. We're gonna melt another half a liter. We're gonna go ahead and boil the full liter that we now have. We're going to eat some food. Yeah, that cost us a lot of water. A lot of hydration. Okay, I believe that tops us off. Fantastic. So we've got 0.6 left. Yeah, so I figure I've searched everything here, so. I don't know if we need to cook the fish, but the thing is it doesn't really matter if we have to cook it or not, because there's a fire back where we're at, so. Now that's interesting. One sec, I need to look. Where's our big fish? I caught like a 5-pound fish at the end of last episode. Where is it? You're kidding me. Did I just leave it on the ground? I remember catching it. I saved afterwards. Oh, you're fucking kidding me. Fuck you, game. We need to go back. That's the annoying part. We need to go back. Because we need 5 pounds or 5 kilograms of fish. So next time I get into the shelter from the wind, I'll go back to the objective and make sure. But please, I am very curious where the hell that fish went. If it is just like sitting right there on the ice or something, I'm gonna be annoyed. I mean, at the very least, we're good for water, so I'm not terribly sad. We're moving faster because we ate some of our food. Okay. Let's real fast. Yep, 5 kilograms. Stupid. We caught it. Like, I remember catching it. If I am still mad at the end of this episode, I'm gonna clip the section where I caught it and took it and put it right back in, like, right now. And I might, because I'm only recording 1 episode right now. Because I got stuff to do. And as much as I'd like to record multiple episodes in a single session, I can't do that just yet, or right now. That is super annoying. Okay, that's me. I was like, I hear something. It's me making that noise. I was thinking about whether or not this game would play well in VR. And I think it would do okay. The real problem is I would actually need to be moving around. And there's no such thing as teleporting. The real problem is I don't know if I'm going to be able to see the cabin. Or it's not a cabin, it's a hut. The shelter. They should be around here. I don't think this is the same one. I don't know what he just said. Oh my god, a hunting knife. Well, that hunting knife is super valuable, so...
I think I can use this.
I did discover that I can hit escape to cancel out. I'm gonna take cloth, but... it doesn't really matter.
Wait. I was so cold, I'm warming up again.
Well, we're starting to fire. I don't even remember. Oh, I used one of the reclaimed wood. I'm going to be here for a little bit, so I'm okay starting a fire. It's just a little annoying because I walked all the way somewhere else to start a fire. Nope, we failed.
Are you serious?
Shut up. Nobody cares. Oh, boy.
Come on. Well, that didn't work.
Doop doo doop doo. Keeping on making a fire. Luckily this warms us up. Just trying to make a fire warms us up. Which is really nice and kind of realistic. I don't know if it would really heal your hypothermia risk, but... like, I acknowledge that it takes a really long time to start a fire. Oh my god.
That didn't work.
70% success rate. Has failed 3 times in a row. Yes, that's possible. It's just unlikely. I mean, all I can do is sit here and watch this. Also, whoever built this really needed to build a frickin' door on it. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't. Okay, 1 hour and 2 minutes. I wish it told me how much time was passing, because I don't want my fire to go out. 20 minutes. We're going to bump this up to a little bit over an hour. That was not an hour that we just fished. Yeah, we're fishing for about 35 minutes, not an hour. The thing is, I don't want to be staying here any longer than I need to, so... hey, we got a fish! going to let the fire lapse. We've got the fish that we need. I'm going to try and grab one more just so that we can... I'm watching my stats. I know the fire's out. See, here we go. This is what I found. Or something like that. Now we just gotta make it all the way back to the stupid hut. Oh, there's stuff over there. Should probably go over there one of these days. It's like a whole fishing village thing. Okay, we went to that hut, so we walked a lot further than we needed to. Though we did find a hunting knife, which, for what it's worth, we definitely needed a knife. The fact that we lost our old, it was like, what, part of the helicopter or something? It was a really bad thing that we had. We're gonna have to whetstone up the knife and all that, but still, it was one of those things that it's definitely better that we, you know, had that than nothing. But now we have nothing. Well, now we have a knife. Is that a stick? It is sticks. I'm not gonna go too crazy with sticks, though. Alright, now begins the long journey back. Because it is. It is a long journey. And it's not even that long. This is going to take us forever. Just going to start running without anything. Just going to drop it all. Play it fast and loose. And worst case scenario, I don't have a tool I need. And I die. And I restart. Like, things that I'm going to start doing. Because this giant long slog is really obnoxious. Because that's the thing. I don't talk about it much, but I was, when I was younger, a Boy Scout. For those of you who are familiar with the Boy Scouts, you know that their big motto, is be prepared. Well, guess what? I'm fucking prepared. Guess what? I'm walking stupid slow. And I get that. I get that there's a trade-off there. Make sure you have everything, and it'll just take you longer to get there. But the game is incentivizing bad behavior and punishing good behavior. I mean, it does say in the opening credits that you should not use any of this for real life. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I'm in pretty good shape. Like, it's one of the things that I take pride in, is that, you know, I work out, I keep myself in decent physical condition. This pilot here, he's not in good physical condition. Now, do not get me wrong, he is not wearing the correct equipment to be lugging around this much weight. But he's also moving slow as shit. And while I will admit that I hate the cold, and that I would definitely be suffering the entire time I was out in this cold weather, if you're wearing this much stuff, like, you reach the point where you're warm. Like, where you are actually and actively too warm. And that's bad. Because overheating, dehydrating, it's just as bad as, you know, being too cold. I also need to be careful because the button that I'm pressing to light, or that to pick these up, is the same button that you use to light the fuse. Or light the flare. Oh shit! Well, here we go. God damn it. He was freaking silent. Alright, well. Freaking silent. Infection, we need to use antiseptic. Bandage. They got my heart pumping. We didn't have time to light the flare is the problem. Alright, we got a bandage. Apply to that. This one's more empty. Apply that to the wolf bite. take some pills for the ankle. I don't know if I would have seen it if I'd been paying more attention. Is he coming back? Problem is this wolf, whenever whatever code is running here is messing up. Because we beat on him. He's supposed to be running away. Instead he ends up crossing our path again. I don't want when whatever it is that's preventing him from attacking me wearing off. Don't want him to immediately attack us again. He looks like he's limping. Luckily we had the resources to deal with that attack. Certainly wasn't ideal, but hey, that happens. That was our footprint in the snow. Just sounded very irregular, like how close together wolf paws would be in the snow. Fortunately now we've wasted a flare. I think I see a wolf over in the... yeah. Shit. I can try and go around. Wanted to check. Oh yeah, I'm glad you didn't care. Sprained ankle and blood loss. I'm glad that the flare did fucking jack shit. How do I prevent this? You need to use flares. Uh-huh. Alright, bandage, antiseptic. Yep, okay. Using up all our resources.
Gotta stop that blood loss.
All our resources. Because the game doesn't want to frickin' work the way it's supposed to work. Also, by the way, don't ever take multiple doses of things. You don't take painkillers for something specifically. It's not how that works. You just take painkillers. That's why painkillers, you know, sometimes work and sometimes don't. It looks like we do have a rabbit in one of the traps, though. But yeah, that's why sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Or it is different levels of effectiveness for different people. You don't just take doses of stuff for something. You can't make medicine go to a specific part of your body. It just gets into your system and it works or it doesn't. I don't know where that wolf went, so I'm still slightly concerned. We're gonna have a really slow walk back to the cabin. Where's my gauge on how burnt out this flare is? Because I would like to know. Ooh, yay, so slow. Yay! This is what I wanted. We are not using a hacksaw, we're using the hunting knife. I'm watching this because this is important. my god. Oh, fuck you, game. The wind flapping on stuff once again sounds like... Well, I guess it's us walking very slowly. Alright, what can I drop? Let's find out. Let's play a game, because I'm gonna have to drop something. Or I'm just gonna go like this. You know, I guess I do need to eat. This will lower some of the weight on us. Yep, just a little bit. I feel like we're moving 100% faster. There we go. That's a bug, by the way. That's not functioning as intentioned. We're going down a hill. For some reason, when you like step down or step off of things, it lets you go faster for longer than you should be able to. I don't know why. We noticed it a couple chapters ago. I'm probably just going to pass out in the snow. This is going to take us so long to get where we need to go. Which would imply that I should just eat something to decrease our weight again. Because we've got probably, I don't know, quarter of a mile, something like that to go before we're back. And we're traveling at about, I don't know, 2 or 3 feet a second. Which will put us at about 10 minutes. Which is really slow, by the way. A reasonable hiking pace is about, well, it depends. I think the time that I went backpacking and had 60 pounds on my back, we went about 20 minute miles is where we were. Give or take. Yeah, see, I stopped moving. I shouldn't have stopped moving. You know, I think that's wood that I dropped in a previous excursion, and I'm not even gonna lie. I think we're gonna walk over there. I'm gonna drop a bunch of crap, and we're gonna come back for it. Oh my god. The problem is also being tired lowers your speed. I'm not kidding. I'm gonna drop a bunch of crap so we can just run back. And then I'll figure something out. Oh no, this is just a fire. It's not actually wood. It's not actually fuel or anything. It's fine. Here's as good a spot as any. Don't want to drop food. I don't want to scrap that just yet. I am carrying way too many sticks. I will grant that. But that is 6 kilograms. Yeah, see, this is the problem. Our weight is going down as we are getting more tired. Basically, it has to be tools. I'll come back for you. I dropped things that I don't think it can apply frozen to. And we'll find out, but I'm pretty sure it can't. Can't really freeze steel, it's already a solid. We need the tinder, so... think it's over this ridge. The funny part is that I think your uphill speed and downhill speed without the bug and flat speed are still about the same, like as the crow flies. There's the dead guy. Alright, I don't know if we're actually traveling faster, or like if we've picked up the bug, or if it's just actually a downhill thing. But I think that's what they did to limit your speed. Oh good, we're auto-saving. That's what I want. We are gonna have to sleep basically right as we get in there, so. Don't know if there will be a cutscene. He's gonna send us out to do something else, I'm sure. Hey look, it's the cabin. See, like I'm gonna purposely hit this rock here and fall. Nope, okay. It's not actually, it didn't actually increase our speed. Here's the big question is, are we gonna make it? I almost am just hoping there's a giant pack of like 18 wolves that shows up and murders me right now. It would be exciting at the very least. I didn't even hear what he said. I think he said, I think night's coming, or it looks like night's coming. Oh my god. Don't you do it. I'm hearing the creaking sounds. Or, well, I'm sure the creaking sounds. I'm hearing creaking sounds. Yes, yes. We've got the red eye. Say that we are very tired. We're taking the red eye hike home. What here is creaking? Oh, goody, we made it. We're back.
I'd eat snow if the hypothermia wouldn't kill me.
I'm just drinking it because I don't have time. These rabbit pelts are stupid. Alright. Where's my bedroll? There's gotta be a bedroll in here. Because I sure as hell don't know where mine is. It's probably sitting somewhere. Well, there's literally no bedroll, so I don't know where my bedroll went. I must have left it somewhere. So we can't sleep. So we're literally going to pass out here. Yeah, flares don't work, dumbass. I'm gonna give him like 20 sticks because I don't need this many sticks. No. No. We're turning this down. I'm gonna do some water because we're gonna need water when I wake up. I don't know what's gonna happen. I do not have any way of going to sleep. I can't just lay down on the floor. So I really have no idea what's going to happen. Might as well hit past time and just see what the hell happens. It's just gonna let me. It's not gonna do anything bad to me, is it? Okay, well there's the fish. Alright, tell me what we're doing next. Oh, okay, that's not... Okay. If we're not gonna pass out, I'm just gonna keep doing stuff. Like, I literally can't do anything else. I can't sleep anywhere, so we're just gonna be walking around with a 15 kilogram limit. And there's nothing I can do about it. That is what I like to see and hear. I am waiting for us to pass out. I need to see. I'm looking for the rabbit pelts. There they are. Hey, look! These are actually starting to cure, unlike these other rabbit pelts, which are freaking useless. Here, let's give them to you. Bearskin coat looks really warm. You can have one too. Really? Yeah, all you have to do is kill a bear. If you're not up to it, you can make some decent clothing from deerskin. I bet you I can go get the bear. Okay, so it seems as though... Okay, you won't get far without a good hatchet or a knife, though. Forge, right, okay, we can forge our own crap. I'm selecting all these because for some reason it seems to have forgotten that I already looked at them. We really don't have time for this right now. Like, you have a choice. Something bear. Okay, yep. Talk about them survival skills. Fishing. Hunting. Teach me about hunting. Trick is to spot your target gives because you can't take a shot and don't miss. That all? Pretty much. If you use your practice, you'll have the right clue. Okay. There's a clearing. Herd of deer is always there. Shoot one and bring the meat back here. Remember, if you hit one but don't kill it, you'll have to track it till it drops. Sure. Alright. Let's look at the journal. Oh, goody. It's going to have us have 10 kilograms. Okay. Well, I'm calling this episode here. It's been 40 minutes and I'm done. I am very much in many ways done with this game. We're going to reach the point where I just don't want to play anymore. In fact, I'm going to hit save, exit, and then I'm going to look at how much of this campaign there is. If we are not over halfway through, I'm probably just going to call it. I'll, say something next episode, but I'm ready. I'm ready to be done playing the game for a while. It's a chore to put up one episode a week because I just don't look forward to playing this game very much, and that to me is a signal that I need to stop playing. But at the same time, there's also this opposing force. If I started it, I would like to finish it. So, not sure where it's going to go, where it's going to be from here. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I will see you next time. But until then, keep your gears turning. Hey everybody, I realize that you are suddenly seeing this after my sign off and wondering why. So I did go ahead and go online and check out what was left, what all was there left to do in the Long Dark story mode. What all is there that is left in terms of content? And the answer is not much. The answer is I'm going to continue to do some things for Jeremiah, which can literally be summed up as go from point A to point B and come back, but doing something in the middle that is effectively trivial or just a pain in the ass. And then at the end of this chapter, there's apparently no more content. I could be wrong. I could be. And maybe, well, it would be the internet that would be wrong, but from what I understand, that's all that's left. And I can honestly say that part of it is, well, mostly it's just a general frustration, but I am done playing The Long Dark. I wanted to finish, but I can't bring myself to do it. Most of the time, pretty much every game that I record, I want to be enjoying, otherwise why am I playing it? There are, some exceptions to that rule if it's new and we're trying it out. But at any point in time, I can say, okay, it turns out I don't actually like this game. I don't want to keep playing it, and that would be that. There's a little bit of sunk cost fallacy going on here, which is, if you're not familiar with the sunk cost fallacy, it's basically saying, I've already spent this long doing something, I should keep doing it. Well, sometimes that is valid, but most of the time it's not. That's the sunk cost fallacy. I've already sunk in, cost into this. Clearly I should continue. And if I'm looking forward to a game and going, I really don't want to be playing this right now, but I'm playing it anyway because I have an episode that I need to release coming up, that is the first red flag to me that I should not be playing it. That even happened with Tumbleseed. After I had played it for so long, I wasn't really looking forward to playing it nearly as much. And that was the first sign to me that maybe I should rotate it out. Because it's one of those games that you could play forever, kind of thing. So, that's what I did. And I'm very much enjoying Slay the Spire, which has currently replaced it. So, that's what I'm saying. This time, next Sunday, there will be a new video. A new game. I have a feeling I know what game it's going to be. I'm not going to officially say just yet because I could change my mind. I already have some episodes recorded for a game that I just couldn't help but buy and start playing when it was released rather recently. And I think that's what I'm going to go with. But I'm not going to focus on that here. Here is basically where I'm gonna talk about the game as a whole. This game as a whole. The Long Dark. We tried survival once, way back when, at the start of last year with New Year, New Games, and it seemed pretty fun. I didn't do all that great, but I didn't expect to. And I realize very strongly that I have not gone back to survival mode, and that survival mode is a different thing from the campaign. and that I wanted to specifically call that out because I want to acknowledge that I am completely aware that there are basically two games sitting in here. Unfortunately, one has soured me to the other, and that is of course campaign to survival. I don't really want to interact with this game right now. It doesn't. I'm not. I did not enjoy the last 2 or 3 episodes that I was playing at all, and there were a lot of problems with campaign mode that I realize will not carry over into survival mode, or chances are will not carry over into survival mode. But at the same time, there's two opposition forces here. The survival aspect of survival mode, the go as long as you can go thing, is definitely interesting and tempting. But I foresee a problem with it that I will have with it, and that is that you just kind of want to stay put. You want to find shelter and you want to stay there. And you want to reap from the area around you as best you can, because that's what you're trying to do. Now, all that said and done, it could be fun. But that seems very boring to me. Even games like, if you look at the survival game that I have played the longest, so the Fire and the Flames, or the Fire and the Flames, the Flame and the Flood. Yeah. Anyway, yes, that game has something similar. You're going for time, for distance, but every time you jump on the river, every time you jump on the raft, you're going somewhere new. Now, part of the reason why I put it down is because in that late end game mode, everything was the same. That made it boring to me, and that's what I fear would happen in this survival mode. Now, as for whether I'm right or wrong, that's yet to be seen, because clearly I haven't played survival mode since the start of 2017, or really the end of 2016, because that's when I recorded it probably. But the campaign mode here just really felt bad to me, and as I look back on it, I really should have stopped sooner, because it's not the same as the survival portion of the game, which is kind of what I enjoyed the first time I played it, and I think I should have realized that sooner. And I think that the complaints that I put forth throughout the episodes that we were going through are basically the summary of my problems with campaign mode, and that is, A, if you look at the structure of each chapter, it is primarily you're trying to follow this person, the co-pilot. I think, was it determined it was ex-wife? I forget. I think so. We were determined to find her and bring her back the suitcase, the briefcase that she had. And we spent the entire first chapter trying to placate an old woman in her home so that she would tell us which way we could go. Which is really weird. And also took the survival aspect out of the game. Like, the dangers were not, you might die of cold. It's, you have to go from point A to point B, and you basically need to do it in a set amount of time, and you want to be carrying a bunch of stuff with you so you don't die, but that makes you slow. So go have fun. Like, the looting part of things and finding stuff was kind of neat. Finding the keys and going around opening the lock boxes. Like, some of that was kind of cool, but the rewards for doing that were relatively minimal, because you had a house with a campfire that made everything, happy. Like, oh man, I'm almost dead. Better walk home and sit in front of the fire that says it has 4 hours left but is going to last until the end of time. Those sort of things mixed with some of the mechanics, primarily the walking slower when you have more stuff on you. That was frustrating. And something that I don't think would be a problem in survival mode, because you're constantly consuming those resources. Every single time we had a fire that we just had to walk into a building for, in survival mode, we'd have to build that fire. And one of the things that was weighing us down a lot was firewood and sticks, things that we would burn. We wouldn't necessarily have that problem because we'd be living more from day to day. same kind of goes with food. We still had to eat food and drink water in this mode, and we still picked up a lot of stuff, but it was that whole kind of thing that you couldn't really experience because of the campaign mode, and that really soured me to the experience, I think, of survival mode, because survival mode is going to really suck the first time I play it because you don't have a safety area like that. And as I was saying, the first chapter was all that, and the second chapter is all Jeremiah, and there's nothing past that. So I don't think there's even a conclusion to the game yet, and I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Things could have changed since then, but my initial searches online did not warrant or did not pull anything else. So I don't know if they're going to be adding more. I think they will be, and maybe I'll come back to it. But quite honestly, as interesting as campaign mode was, because of its differences from survival mode, I think it actually does the game a disservice. I understand that there's supposed to be a plot, and I understand, and I'm not saying that there's something wrong with the plot. It's just I have to go back to The Flame and the Flood. The plot was there, but the focus was still on the survival. You were still trying to get down the river, trying to get to the next point, whereas in this case it was, okay, I want you to go do chores for me for the next 10 hours, and then I'll let you go. By telling you this piece of information that I probably could have told you from the beginning. Now, granted, in the case of... They basically made the characters enfeebled in such a way that you feel bad if you were to just walk away. Clearly, Jeremiah was seriously injured, and the old lady basically admitted that she was going to just sit there and die even when you left. So it's just kind of odd. But... I guess it's not really a but. That pretty much sums up why I didn't like campaign mode. And I think that will make survival mode less enjoyable because it just feels more tedious now. And I think that's where the difference in the survival game being enjoyable and not enjoyable is. The survival game that is enjoyable makes those tedious things interesting and tense. Because if you're just trying to survive, you know, you're constantly fighting against something like, I need to find this. I need to find this. Do I take this risk or do I play it safe? Like, those things are part of that survival, and they make it interesting. They make it maybe not action-packed, but at least moving. Whereas all the aspects of the game that I see in campaign mode make it feel really slow and boring and tedious, which is not a characteristic that you want in your game. Even if it is a game that is tedious. Like, even Subterrane, which is very tedious because it's all killing mutants and trying to get further and further. Even though it is tedious, that tediousness is completely, at least for me, completely balanced by the fun of doing that, the feeling of the progression. I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere in this game because I'm not actually doing anything. I'm just running errands, and that to me is frustrating and boring. So I realize that this episode is basically now an hour long, after combining everything. So I appreciate your patience for being here. I hope that you enjoyed watching this series. I know that I got a little salty at the end, and it was a little obnoxious, I'm sure. But I think that my decision to stop playing, if you noticed that, is probably not all that unpredictable or surprising. So yeah, that's where I'm leaving this one. There's a lot more things that I want to play, and I don't want to spend another half an hour on a game that I'm not looking forward to playing. So I'm not going to. I don't think the game is bad. I just don't think it's for me. And maybe at some point I'll come back and try a survival mode, but I'm going to need a break from this game for a decent bit before I'm willing to make that investment. I think I basically need to forget how the game works and come back and have to try and learn it again, sort of thing. Because I think just playing it as a survival game is probably the way you want to go if you pick up this game. That's my opinion. That's my recommendation. Those are my thoughts. I'm curious to hear yours. If you are interested in sharing them, feel free to leave them in the comments section down below. But yeah, that's where I'm going to leave it. So thank you for your patience in this episode. Thank you for watching. I will see you next week with a new game. But until then, keep your gears turning.